Thank you for listening to this guided meditation from One Mind Dharma. To learn more about us, including our live online meditation group, my new book, and our daily guided meditations and meditation programs, visit www.oneminddharma.com. Today we're going to do a practice in mindfulness, just observing the sense doors and what arises. You can allow the eyes to close and take a moment to arrive in the body. You can take a few deep breaths. And with each exhale, just allowing the mind and body to settle a little bit, to soften into this moment, to be where it is. As you rest here right now, seeing where in the body you can feel the breath naturally and easily. The actual physical experience as the body inhales and exhales. Maybe it's the expansion and contraction in the chest, or the rise and fall of the abdomen, the subtle movement of air at the nostrils. And you can picture collecting up all of your attention into your arms and just gently placing it here in the body. There's no need to overexert yourself to bring your awareness here, but gently collecting it up and tuning into how it feels to be breathing in this moment. You can use the simple phrases of in and out or rise and fall in your head if it's helpful. And just staying with the breath. When the mind wanders, coming back, leaving all thoughts or judgments be. Tuning into this experience of breathing and arriving here in this present time experience you're having. Whether the mind's been wandering for a few breaths or this whole time, you have an opportunity when you notice the mind's been wandering. By coming back to the breath, you're strengthening this mental muscle. So instead of beating ourselves up or seeing it as a problem, you can treat it like an opportunity. It's in these moments that we have the capacity to grow, to awaken. So instead of beating yourself up, maybe gently smiling at yourself as you bring the attention back to the body breathing, back to this single breath in front of you in this moment. And we'll start by just opening up our awareness to the sense door of hearing. So you can rest with some awareness in the breath, using it as your anchor. If you've been using noting or phrases in your head like in and out, continuing with them. And just opening your awareness to see the sounds going on around you. You don't need to label them. You don't need to judge them as good or bad. You don't need to figure out where they're coming from. But when hearing arises, just noting hearing at the ears, not going out to an experience, not diving into our thoughts about it, but actually hearing what that noise sounds like. If no sounds are arising in a moment, you can stay with the breath and patiently await a sound to arise. Resting in this gentle openness, this receptivity. What's arising at the sense door of hearing? You can continue to open your awareness up slowly, noticing if anything else arises in the body. And of course, we've already been bringing some of our awareness to the breath, but just recognizing if there's anything else that comes into your awareness as you sit here. The feeling of the feet on the floor tucked up underneath you, the clothes on the body, pains or aches or spots of tension. And you can just note in your head feeling or body. Watching these two sense doors, feeling and hearing, what arises in your experience? There's nothing to do but be aware of what is arising in this moment. And you can open up to the other traditional sense doors: smelling, tasting, and seeing. Seeing if there are any smells present as you sit here, any tastes, remnants of food or toothpaste, and even with eyes closed, any sights, visual stimulation, maybe some sense of light or darkness. People often see things even with eyes closed as the brain tries to make sense of the darkness. Remembering you can always come back to the breath to anchor yourself, tuning into the breath for a minute before opening the awareness back up to see what comes up at these five sense doors. What's going on in your experience from moment to moment? And finally, we'll open up to the sixth sense door, the sense door of thinking or thought. This doesn't mean we need to engage with the thoughts or believe them, but just noticing when the mind begins thinking. It may be trying to figure out what a noise is. It may be judging your experience. Maybe it's off in fantasy land, planning. Whatever it is, just noticing when something arises here, the same way you'd notice a sound that arises or a feeling in the body, and just note thinking, trying to bring some gentleness and patience to the practice. There's nothing to do here except notice what's arising at these 6 sense doors. Over and over again, bringing our awareness to what it's like from moment to moment.